Welcome to animated filmmaking, and today we're going to talk about some of the origins of storyboards and a little bit of character design. Now, storyboards were developed in the Disney studio in the late 1920s and further refined through the 1930s. Steamboat Willie, the first Disney sound cartoon, is considered one of the earliest examples of storyboard use. Much of the action for each panel is described in the text alongside it. Over a few years, the storyboard panels took up the task of describing the action in greater detail, eventually to the point where the text was mostly dialogue or camera instructions. This allowed for the editing of the film or the setting of the continuity to come before animation actually began. The storyboard became the blueprint of the film. Where storyboards are the equivalent of a screenplay, beatboards are the equivalent of an outline or a treatment. Beatboards have far fewer drawn panels and rely heavily on text, much like the Steamboat Willie storyboards did. Now, comic book artists are really creating beatboards and many times even storyboard material when actions are visualized in detail, but with the additional task of page layout layered on top. If you draw comics, storyboards should come pretty easily. The major difference being in the absence of the page layout stage, since all the panels in a storyboard are the same size and shape. So I usually find that working with characters, I like to think of someone I know very well. That really helps me to understand who a character is and makes it much easier to come up with a design as well. For instance, here's a character that was based on my mother.
Ooh, I got something to tell you. This is a good story. Are you listening? Okay, here you go.
We need two characters for our storyboard. Is your character a male or a female? Are they one male and one female, or two males or two females? Are they tall or are they short? Maybe they're really happy people, or possibly kind of grumpy, or maybe they're really nervous, or very, very calm. Once you have an idea of who your characters are, then we can start thinking about what they look like. So we can begin by drawing them from basic shapes. Sometimes a character would be made out of a circle, or other times a square or a triangle.